What? No theme music, nah?
Gusto, now Chris the host. Man, I make a little dinner while passing joke. Come to the yard, get it off your chest. There's no hard feelings when you're rocking with the best. Everything's crisp, everything's nice. Throw a little sugar, add a little spice. Ask all questions, cook a little rice. Gamble like Vegas and throw a little dice.
Raise the glasses, make a toast. Drop by Chris for a Sunday roast. Or 8 days of his mixology. Get twisted and not off the Hennessy. Now your belly's full, play a game of ball. Gusto, he's coming from the old school. No if buts, maybes, whys. No silly questions, I tell no lies.
Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.
Live talks with Brixton's finest, Justin Robinson.
One. I'm there. 100. Everything Chris.
Yeah,
That's the
man.
name of the show. Huh?
Everything's cool, man. What you saying, man?
Everything. See, that's what you're on now. Everything Chris, man. You see, when you with me, everything Chris.
Trust me. That's how it's supposed to be, man.
That's it, man. How you doing? Oh, damn, the fans are coming in now, boy. I like this. I said the fans are good flooding in now, man.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Say
Man.
hi, Quinton. All right.
What's
How you
going
doing,
on?
bro? Anyway.
Yeah, I'm calm, man. Obviously, this whole quarantine lockdown thing. Obviously, I'm just getting through it. Just trying to stay active. Trying to keep working out. Trying to, just keep my mind really. Obviously, there's no basketball, there's no training, no game. So, yeah, man, just trying to stay motivated and stay active.
I see that. And also I see got a new member of the team. Congratulations.
Yeah, trust me.
To
Thank
the
you.
little man. He looks like he can guard someone already, man.
Big boy, man. Big boy. He's a big baby.
No, man.
He was 2 weeks late. So he's due to be big.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean? You come at the change room late, so you probably picked up a few. I was chilling in there like, yeah, ain't ready yet, man. Shout out.
Yeah. Obviously, after a hard game, you gotta take your time,
Yeah.
warm down, take a shower.
Nah, I'm guessing that's like the best bit usually, man. You just want to just wind down and chill and chat.
Yeah.
with people.
Like you don't wanna be in a rush thing. You're showering, you're creaming your body, you're still sweating, that kind of things.
Thanks, Darren, man.
Yeah, man. Like just wanna chill, man. So,
Yeah,
man.
man. I know them feelings there, man. Flipping off. Just relax from the rush. None of that. Brandon Peel left you guys, man.
Yeah, he's going to Finland.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, he had 3 great years with the Lions. I mean, he's young. I'm saying, like, he's a young guy, man. He's got a bright future ahead of him, and it's only right to try and explore your options. Like I'm sure he can make some more money. Expand his resume. So yeah, man. Like, I mean, I spoke to him. Actually, it was today. Actually, I spoke to him and I just told him, I'm proud of him. And hopefully, when he comes back, I'm not too old. You know what I'm saying? I'm still playing. So
Come back and then he take over.
yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Like when you get old, you hand the keys over. You mentor these guys, you give them advice. So yeah, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. I hope, yeah, man. I wish him well and all that. And
Yeah,
going
trust
forward. Have you not got... So what, is there someone coming to replace him in it?
Not that I know of, to be honest. I mean, obviously, there's this new investor that's been plugged in with the line.
Okay, but if they don't find no one, just tell Vince, right? I can come and drop 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Look at this guy. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure Vince will find someone, but obviously it's
Yeah,
hard to find someone like Brandon Peele. You know, like
it is. It
he
is.
does so much other than just score. You know, so
Yeah, definitely.
it'll be tough,
He's a
man.
great asset to the team, man. To the team.
Yeah, great guy as
Yeah.
well. You know, like he's just a selfless human being, man. Just a great
Cool
kid,
dude.
proper.
All right, that's dope, man. There's one thing I want to get into, man, because I remember you went through one adverse, some kind of issue back then, adversity a while back. Go back to high school.
Mm.
I remember that little whole story. So I won't go into that. But my thing is, because I think it's important for you to know, it's not, you know what I mean, never give up. What is it that motivated you to keep going around that time? Because I remember you were thinking of quitting one time, innit? You was like,
Yeah,
nah, no.
yeah. I mean, that was a mad time in my life. You know, obviously, like I was what, 16, 17 going to the States by myself, and I mean, you know the story already.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a long story, but pretty much of a nightmare experience, you know. But yeah, like when I came back, I was just like, yeah, man, America's long, you know, like it's not for me.
Yeah.
This is what America is, then you know, I don't want no parts of it. And I came back and I was playing in the Hoop Fix tournament.
Was it Who Fix or was it Hosanna's one?
No,
Oh, it was the whole.
sorry, no, not Hoop Fix, Hoop Fest.
Okay.
Hoop Fest, and it was the Hosanna one.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, like just playing that tournament, I kind of just got my, you know, my love back for the game, you know. And then yeah, like what's it called? Matthew spoke to one of his coaches in South Kent, and he basically like just took Matthew's word really, and I went back to South Kent, and it was like a whole different experience from what I had experienced at my first school, you know. So yeah,
So,
man,
so you.
it took time to kind of regain that love back and that you know, the passion back, you know. So
That must have sucked a lot out of you, man. That situation, man.
yeah,
That
yeah,
sucked it out.
yeah,
So
literally.
you played alongside Matthew then. That time.
Yeah, in South Kent. But I got there in start of January till June. Yeah, like the rest of the school year. But we was young. I mean, we was only like what, sophomores, isn't it?
I said pause.
Yeah, we was young, you know. Like we was like what, sophomores. So I mean, you know, all the older guys. You know, we had a NBA guy, a guy that got drafted out of high school. You know, like pretty much the whole team was Division One guys. You know, prep
Yeah.
guys in their 19, 20. You know, some of them. So we were just like, you know, young guys trying to get in where we fit in, really. So yeah, man.
Okay. And then after that, that's when you went off to Riders, isn't it?
No, after that was my sophomore year, so I still had 2 more years left.
Oh, so you went Blair, innit?
Yeah, so obviously, like I'll come back in the summer now. Me and Luar are working out, and like Luar had always kind of, you know, mentioned Blair Academy to me, you know, blah blah blah, you know, yeah, Blair, you know, what about Blair, But obviously, I already had the first school, so I told him, nah, I'm cool, you know, so then yeah, like me and him was working out, and he basically asked me like, yo, like, you know, what's your situation? Like, you still interested in Blair? So I was like, yeah, why not? Yeah, like he spoke to the coach, and yeah, we've been like 3 days. It was a done deal, man. Yeah, so went to Blair for 2 years.
Blair, how was that Blair compared to what you went through before? That must have been like night and day, man.
I mean, South Kent was cool, obviously, like, you know, compared to what I was going through in Virginia, but I mean, like Blair was just like a, you know, a utopia, really, you know, and then obviously it made it much easier that the coached Luau also, so it was like just a connection straight away, you know. Obviously, like he had spoke to Jimmy before, you know, and he was familiar with the whole BRIXTON Top Cat program, and so like right away me and him had that connection, and yeah, man, I met some great people at that school, man.
Yeah, man, it's dope, man. And then after Blair, that's when you went to Riders, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was you leading the team first year, or was it your
first year? I mean, if you ask anyone like that goes college, like or Division One or whatever,
yeah,
when you're a freshman, it's rare for a freshman to come in and just lead. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like when I came in, obviously the coaches told me that I'd start right away, and for me, I mean that was enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as I'm just out there, I've got opportunity to play, and be productive and help the team, then I was cool with that. but we had like a lot of older guys. We had a guy, Jason Thompson. He got drafted 12th in the NBA
Okay.
draft. Yeah, we had a bunch of like juniors and seniors that were really good. So, I mean, I was just there, you know, out there playing hard, you know, trying to run the team. Yeah, man, just getting where I fit in, you know.
And that was a mad season, man. Mad 4 years, man. It was dope, man, to see that. And
Yeah,
played
man.
against Kentucky. You played against Kentucky one of those years, isn't it?
Jay!
Talk us through that, man.
Boy, that game there was just it was mad. I mean, what was it my junior year? We played at Rap Arena,
Yeah.
and it was like 20,000 people there, fireworks. Like you couldn't even hear yourself speak. Like, it was that loud.
See,
And yeah, man, John Wall, them man were on a different level, man. Like them guys were special, man. Like to me, that like obviously I'm quick, and I was a
yeah.
lot quicker back then in college as well. But John Wall was the only guy that I was like, whoa, like blown away by his quickness and change of direction was mad.
I seen that. I see a clip of it, and I was like, "Gee," I said, "Ain't Justin fast?" And it was like,
There's
and he was
nothing. And he's 6'4", so you know what I'm saying? 6'4", long arms, broad shoulders. Like there's nothing you can do with that, man. You know, so.
crazy. And what's funny is so imagine a guy's in the NBA because when he's in the NBA, he doesn't struggle, but it's like the speed doesn't mean that much to most guys. It's
Yeah,
not.
I mean, the thing is like it puts everything into perspective because if he's fast, when you see someone like Derrick Rose or
Yeah, Westbrook.
or like back in the day, Allen Iverson, like it just lets you know that you know these guys are special, man. Like you know what I'm saying, these guys are out of the world type of talents, you know.
You played John Wall, didn't you? Yes, he did play John Wall. Yes,
That's
yeah. And that was that was an animal, man. We'll backtrack a little bit, so we're gonna talk through some Brixton years, man. So you know, talk us through some of the best years in that, like when you played. All right, let's talk us through that 70-point game you had. So going into that game, the mindset going into that game, scoring 70 points.
Yeah, I mean, that game was more like I wouldn't say like a statement game, but I had just got my visa denied at the American Embassy.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, it was like it might have been in August or something like that, August, early September, and I got my my visa denied over some discrepancy about my ties to the UK. They said.
Wait something minute.
I remember just being like, I might have played like 6 games that year for under 18s, and I was just on a mindset like I'm about to destroy everyone basically. And I remember, I remember specifically at the game. What's his name was there? Who was there? Chisel was at the game.
You playing? He was on your team, right?
No. He had already finished under 18s by then, but he was at the game, and I remember at halftime. He was at halftime I had 40 points, so he was like, oh, you know, try to go for 80. So yeah, like I basically just went out there and I'm just scoring really.
Who was you playing against as well?
I think it was Thames Valley Tigers or something like that.
Oh damn! Who did they have there back then?
But I couldn't even tell you, man. I couldn't even tell you. My memory is bad, you know. I got a bad memory. I couldn't even tell you. But I mean, it was only them. Like obviously, I ain't trying to blow my own.
No, but it's fact, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was at a point where I was like, you know, like I know I should be in America right now. So every team was getting it. Like Hackney, Ealing, like all them teams there were just getting it, you know. So
Yeah. Because I remember you played against Hackney. Was it at the time? Albert was there, innit? At the time.
I think Albert might have been at East London. I think, you know.
Oh, okay.
London.
Who was at Hackney at them times? Was it?
Arinze, Benson,
Okay.
Paul Grade had just left.
Oh yeah. He was young. I remember Paul. He was tall for his age.
All that might have been there. I'm not even sure, you know.
No, man, that's dope, man. And also, so talking to Brixton still, because I'm gonna keep in that theme. I want to know when you talk us through that whole experience of the time when a Great Britain team, you had at least 8 Brixton players on that team. Like, talk us through that whole experience of playing with the guys, like the fact that you made it Great Britain with your Brixton peers.
Yeah.
Talk us through that, how that felt, and also what it was like playing with you guys, playing with those guys as well, and some stories as well that you experienced.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, obviously, as you know, us Brixton guys are like a family, you know, like it don't matter what age you are, what generation you are, like if you're from Brixton Top Cat program, you're one of us, you know. So in the GB, I mean, we had me, Ogo, Matthew, Eric, Flo at one point, Luau was
Yeah.
there. I mean, that's like 6 guys. And we just, you know, I don't think they actually liked it, to be honest, because it was sort of like a little clique, you know, like we're all at the back of the bus making up noise, playing music. Obviously, we're sitting at our Brixton table.
Yeah.
Like, Pops was sitting with us, you know, like Pops is like one of us, really, you know.
Yeah.
I
And you weren't shutting everyone else out, really. You
No,
was
no,
more
no, no, no. It
representing
was
them in,
relevant,
innit?
but obviously,
Yeah.
you know, you confide with who you relate to, innit? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, it was blessed, man, and obviously, like, you know, we all grown up together, so we all got stuff that we can relate to, you know, old memories. But yeah, man, to be honest, what made me happy was how proud Jimmy was, you know, like he was like ranting and raving, telling everyone, yeah, you know, there's 6 guys in the GB team and all this. So, I mean, that was like a big moment, you know, for the Brixton program. Yeah, man.
Talk us through Jimmy's whole experience. So when he saw that, what was his reaction, and what
I
did he
mean,
say to you going into that whole GB?
the thing is with Jimmy, yeah, like growing up, like Jimmy's kind of always been like, I wouldn't say anti-GB or anti-England, but he always knew that there was kind of like a stigma on Brixton players, you know, like the England team or the GB team. They didn't always want to pick us or mess with us.
Yeah.
So Jimmy was always like, growing up, he was always like, you know, don't worry, you know, they'll come calling eventually. But yeah, like when we all made the team, like, I mean, he was happy, you know. Obviously, he was already aware of the little clique that we had, and he knew that the staff or the coaches wouldn't like it, you know. But yeah, man, he was happy, he was proud, you know, like we're like his kids, you know what I'm saying? So he was proud to see us all together, you know, sharing that experience, man.
So he kind of had that prediction. He knew what was going to happen because obviously his experience, and he kind of knew.
Yeah, man, you know, like the men that are that age, you know, they've seen it, they've done it all, you know. So like he knew what was to come. So
Yeah, fair enough, man. And there's another thing I know he would have definitely loved as well. The 2 years of winning MVP. No, I think that was amazing. For that one, again, it was amazing for British basketball because it's like you're seeing Americans win MVP all the time. Like, what was it going to winning those MVPs? What was some of the toughest challenges? Like, who do you think was like some of the tough players you went up against? Not to say that your main goal was MVP, obviously you're trying to win, but who do you reckon was the toughest players that you went up against to winning that award? And the toughest challenges as well.
What like, do you mean like the players that were like in the run for the MVP, or the guys that I went head to head with, basically?
In the run for the MVP, so some of the guys who was in the run for the MVP. Because I think prior to you winning it, Fletcher won it a few times.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah. I think he won it twice as well. Yeah. My first year, there was a guy at Newcastle called Jason Page. He was a killer. Like he was an absolute killer, man. And I remember it was funny because we played Newcastle at like one of the last games of the season, and that game kind of decided whether we finish in second place or if they finish in second place. So that game was basically like to decide who was the MVP, pretty much, because like it was like me and him were like the only 2 players that people were speaking about.
Yeah.
So that was like a huge game, and like, right, like, you know, you got to win this game, because usually, you know, they give the MVP to the best player on the best team. You know, like it's not only an individual accolade.
Yeah.
So he was super tough. You know, athletic, could shoot it, could dunk it, handle it, defend. And then my second year was actually a bit harder, to be honest, because, you know, like guys like Fletcher came back. Fletcher came back. You had the guy from Plymouth, Nichols, Deontay Nichols.
Yeah. With that's the one with the dreads, isn't it?
Yeah. He was pretty much
the twist. That's it.
A walking triple double, to be honest. And then obviously, you know, guys on the road, Ashley, Matthew, you know, all these guys came back home. So, I mean, to be honest, anyone could have got it that year. You know, like I said, it's all about where your team finishes and I mean what the coaches think. You know, so yeah, man. But I mean, to go back to your point, I mean, to have had Jimmy see that would have been, you know,
That would have
amazing. Like it's just it's pretty unfortunate that he couldn't see, but obviously I know he's proud of me. So
so he's somewhere down watching
of
down on
course,
us anyway, man. So you know.
of course.
So in terms of Brixton, what is it else you're doing for? What else are you doing with Brixton? 'Cause I know there's some things you're involved. Is there anything you can discuss or you can't
Yeah,
discuss?
I mean, there's nothing like specific that I'm doing. Obviously, like you know, like in the summer, I'm down there at the camps helping out with the kids.
Oh yeah,
I'm also training myself, but obviously in that time I'm helping them, giving them some pointers. You know, if they want to work out, they can work out with me, play one-on-one with them, and just be around them. You know, like just kind of give them that unofficial mentorship, really. But I mean, I don't really have no specific role, but obviously, like
yeah,
Brixton's basically that's my family. You know what I mean? So I'm
yeah,
just down there. You know, I'm showing my face. You know, I go to some of the committee meetings and the board meetings, and you know, share my ideas with them about how to
definitely.
move forward. So
So backtrack a little bit again. So with the MVP season, what is it that you took from each season winning those MVPs? So what is it? What is it you learned winning the first one, and then your second one when you got it again? What did you learn from that one?
um,
And what lessons did you take? And what challenges did you experience?
that's a good question. You know, to be honest, the first year kind of made me realize. Well, after I won it the first year, the second year became harder because like I had more of a target on my back. You know, like teams were scouting. You know, playing boxing ones and doing all these kind of defensive schemes and so like I kind of became a marked man even more
Yeah,
than first year. But there weren't too much lessons. I mean, to be honest, like you know me, so I'm more of a person. I just play and do what I do. You know, like I ain't trying to do nothing out of my strengths. You know, so you know I go out, I play hard, and hopefully my team can win. You know, and in the process of that, you know, it just happened to
yeah.
happen that the coaches thought that I was the MVP. You know, so like it's nothing really too special to it. You know, like just play hard and do what you do. You know, like there's no secret formula to win an MVP. But you know, at the end of the day, it's all about team success. So if your team wins, then you know it takes care of all the other stuff.
Definitely. And also another thing you did that was historic. Brought a championship home to London.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, for
Yeah.
over 21 years. Is it 20 years or 21 years around that region?
To be honest, I don't even think that they've like in the history of the Lions. I don't think they've actually won the championship before.
No. But no,
Yeah.
London team hasn't won it for 21 years.
Oh,
So, like,
okay, the London team. Yeah.
yeah. So like that was very historic, man. Talk us through that whole emotion, everything you went through winning that. How was that feeling, man?
I mean, that was a massive moment. You know, like it felt even better to win it at Newcastle too. You know.
All right, at Newcastle.
Yeah. I mean, that was the game to decide, whether we was champions or not. But like for me, like it was just an indication of the team that we had. You know, like we really had some selfless guys, some guys that were just concentrated about winning only. No one cared about stats. No one cared about who scored what or who scored this. You know,
Yeah.
everyone was on the same page, and our chemistry was just out of this world. You know, so I think for me, it's really a testament to. First and foremost, I have to shout out the organization for London Lions for choosing those players and those characters and personalities and putting that team together, because everyone just kind of fit so well and just had chemistry on and off the court, like off the court we'd all hang out, like our bus rides, guys are joking and, so yeah, man, that was a special team. And to me, that was one of my most enjoyable years as a pro, like,
Yeah.
it was just like, it was just everyone was in harmony, like obviously every now and then, during practice things will get heated and guys will, do this and do that. But for the most part, you're always on the same page, man.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope. And then one thing I got to bring up now, because I spoke about it with Ed Lucas, trophy finals. Talk
Pains,
me through
pains.
that moment. So
My
that
chest. No.
because he told us the story of what you two spoke about that moment. So I was
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, someone like Ed's Ed's like my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm happy for him, but at the same time, I'm still in pain about that. But to be honest, what I remember the play, and I remember people saying no threes, because we was up 3.
Yeah.
With like 2 seconds. No,
Seconds
like
to go.
like something crazy like that. So I remember Matthew having the ball up top, and I was guarding Ed on the wing, and Matthew picked up his dribble. Don't ask me why I wasn't in the passing lane already. Like I was kind of like in limbo, like in no man's land,
Yeah.
It's basically like a mental lapse. Like don't ask me how. I remember him passing to Ed, and obviously Ed's one of the best shooters in the league.
Yeah.
But he was a step away from the 3-point line. But in my mind, I'm just thinking close out so he doesn't shoot. Not knowing that he's a step behind the 3-point line. So as I close out and go by him, he takes one dribble to the 3-point line. And it's just, man, this cash, you know what I'm saying? And then
right.
after he made that, all the momentum just went to them, and we was like, I wouldn't say defeated, but it was just like all the hype was kind of swayed to them, Yeah, man, that was painful, man. That was painful.
That was I remember that.
I mean, like you spoke about it with Ashley, that game was a epic game, like there was so much British talent on the floor.
Oh, it was amazing.
So many guys from London that grew up playing together, and it was an amazing game. Went to overtime, and
it felt like a Wednesday night at Brixton for a moment. It just felt like there was, because I was watching a game, and obviously there was plays, but there was no. It didn't seem like there was a specific play. Everyone was just like, everyone was giving each other what each other was giving. It was a great game, man. And it was, like I said to Ashley earlier, it didn't feel like no one made any mistakes. It was like everyone was on point, and if one slight mistake was made,
the only mistake made was by me. So
that last one, it was like, oh shit, because man, it was tough, man. It was down 3. It was good.
Like in sport, you have to realize that when you give, you have to take. So like you can't just be all about winning. Like you have to know how to lose and how to take it, how to bounce back.
Yeah, man, definitely. That's what makes you better, definitely.
But yeah, like as a team, we could have easily folded and said, "Oh, we're done." But we stuck with it, and we were champions. So
definitely, man. And talking of that situation, because I know you've been the leader of the team for a couple of years. So your leadership skills, how did that help you develop your leadership skills during that moment there, and then going forward?
I mean, that was a tough moment.
Yeah.
I mean, after that happened, I was pissed for like a week, I was really upset at myself, and I blamed myself, and I came out and I apologized to my team, I was like, like I'm the reason why we lost that game, like that should never happen, especially someone like me who's played in how many countries and leagues, and like it was, I mean, like I said, it was a mental lapse, and it should have never happened. Who knows, maybe if I would have jumped in the passing lane, then the game's over. We would have been.
It happens.
Yeah, So, but I mean, you kind of got to put things into perspective. Like at the end of the day, it's just a game. No one got injured. Everyone's alive. Make out the game healthy, and like I just put life into perspective. I was thankful for my career, my teammates, my family. So yeah, man. It's one of the things, man. You got to bounce back. It's just life. It's life.
Yeah. Another one as well. So now I'm gonna go to ask this question: your views on the BBL and British basketball. What's your views on it? What do you reckon that they can improve on, and what do you reckon is working so far?
Hmm. Well, obviously, I mean, a lot of sponsorship needs to be injected into the league. You know, hopefully one day they can have it where, you know, the local teams are backed by the football clubs. You know, in Spain they do that, in France I think they do it as well.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard and from what I know, you know, I feel like there needs to be some fresh leadership in the BBO. You know, like from what I know, it's run by these old white guys who don't know that much about basketball, or you know, they played in the 70s. You know, like you need some people that have played. You know, I don't know, someone like Andrew Sullivan who has recently retired, or you know what I'm saying, like they need some fresh blood injected into BBR, man.
I do agree.
People that played at a high level that know about other leagues and the reason why other leagues are successful, you know, because I mean some of the structure of the league, you know, like I remember last year the playoffs, like you basically had home and away, so it was just like no league in Europe does that. Like it's always the best of 3 or the best of 5 or best of 7. And then I mean the refs are just on some next thing, man. Like who knows? Me saying this, I don't know, man. They might come for me or target me even more, you know. But not all the refs, you know. But a lot of those refs are just emotional, man. Like they really like. It's almost like they got something against pro athletes. Like I'm not sure if they're jealous or I don't know.
No, I do see it with some of the refs. I don't think they
like in any other league, the refs respect players that play for GB or play at a high level. Like here, it's like as soon as the game starts, you can just feel the energy. You know what I'm saying?
I think with refs here, they tend to forget that that people don't come to see them see them.
Man.
You got to realize you're coming to see. Yeah, exactly. Manso said
what Manso just said. You know, bigger egos.
Bigger egos than players in at all levels. How can you have a bigger ego than a player? Like no one's come to watch you. Everyone's come to watch the players. You know what I mean? And when they realize that, they'll get the respect that they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like over here, you can't even reason with certain refs. Like it's straight technical. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just come on, man. Like it's bare emotional, man. Just relax.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I always said this. I think again, like you said, the people running it, I think the marketing needs to be more better. It needs to be
way better,
a lot
man.
more.
Like I said, it needs some fresh blood that have played recently, or I don't know, they retired in the last 5-10 years.
And someone it's got business savvy as well.
Yeah, man, because it like the whole system just seems outdated, you know. So and someone like the game scheduling is just off, like, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like you have 2 games in a weekend, and then you'll be off for 2 weeks, and
man, nowhere else in Europe does that.
I mean, that's mad, man. Because I used to be trying to look for your away games. I'm like, where's the next away game? I'm scrolling down to
check online. Like if you go online and check the schedule, like what you actually see is not what the schedule is. Like you might say, oh yeah, okay, the Lions are playing Bristol on the 19th. You might go there the 19th and there's no game because it's just like it's all a mess.
That happened to us, you know, to Sheffield. We only got to the first half. We only got to the second half, sorry, because we was told it was in the Sheffield Arena.
You see,
and then we get there, like there's no game here. We're like, what? So we have to go clean all the way back to the Ponds Forge, which was right next to the station. So we traveled all that way for no reason. But then we missed the second half. We missed the first half, but yeah, still got some of the game. But I would have liked to seen it from the beginning. You know what I mean?
I'm not surprised, man.
So that's enough. But yeah, I do think a lot more marketing needs to go into that BBL, man. I think they need someone who's at least if their guys are in the office, work with someone who's got a passion for the game. At least
I don't know, maybe bringing someone from the NBA or from EuroLeague or from Germany or from France, but I don't know, something's got to be changed, man.
Definitely. I think more interaction with the players is definitely will help. I think this is why I do this, because I think it's better to make the players. You got to make people feel special. Nicoletta had her on yesterday. She plays for GB. She said something like, it's about making people feel special. You got to make the fans feel special when they come to the game, or make the players feel special when they're playing. You know what I mean? You can't just be half-hearted with them. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're doing you a service. So
of course,
people special, man. Treat them good.
Have to, man.
So all right, next question. What was a defining moment in your career, you reckon?
Oh, That's a tough one, you know. Defining moment. There's been a couple. I think the ones that stick out in my mind, when I was in Greece.
Yeah.
What year was that? That was 2015 when I was playing for
Okay.
Rhodos, and we had Panathinaikos in the first round of the
Yeah.
playoffs, and we beat them. I mean, a lot of people that are watching might think, oh, you know, what do you do? You won one game, but to beat, you know, Panathinaikos or Olympiakos in any game in Greece is like,
Wow.
you know, a championship in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Living off.
Yeah, but that was kind of crazy. You know, there's like a big celebration in the town on the island. And we got a bonus too for that. But
Jeez.
I think the first MVP was a big moment for me, because I think like when I was coming back, a lot of people were like skeptical, like, oh, you know, is he coming back too soon, or, you know, what's he doing? You know, he's still young, he's still in his prime, and I feel like I had a lot of pressure to kind of perform, because obviously people were thinking that I'm coming from a higher level, so I should just, you know, dominate straight away. But for me, it meant a lot because it was the highest finish that the Lions had finished in the club's
Wow.
history, you know, at that time, of course. So it kind of, yeah, man, it was a great feeling to finish high as a team and then also be awarded.
Definitely.
You know.
Next one. Favorite pre-game meal, favorite post-game meal.
I don't really have a pre-game meal. You know, I just eat what's there, man.
So the wife just cooks it in this.
No, it's not even that. It's just, if there's food there, I eat it. Like I ain't got no routine or like I have to have this on game day, or, you know what I'm saying? Like I just, you know, I just gotta make sure that I got my carbs and I got my protein going into the game, and that's it really. After game, it's usually like something from like Caribbean shop or you know,
Bushman.
What you say?
Go Bushman.
Oh no, Bushman's not open them times, man.
No. Oh man, no, man, that's good Caribbean food, man. All right, get to my favorite part of these talks now. Hotspots. All right, so we're gonna go. Player you loved playing with. So they're two three-part questions, by the way. Sorry, so two three-part questions. So the first three part is a player you love playing with, player you love playing against, and a funny teammate.
Ooh, player I love playing with. I've had so many teammates, man. It's tough. Let me see. I would say the player I love playing with the most, and this wasn't even on no like stats or or any highlights, but I'll say Kirby Bristol, man.
Oh, Bristol, yeah. He was alright.
The reason why is because like he's probably like the most selfless teammate that I've ever had, in terms of like he was all about winning. Like, you know, like he would do the dirty work, he would block. I mean, great shot blocker, you know. Last year in shot blocking, the best screener that I've had, you know, so he got me open for a lot of open shots. And me and him just we kind of seem to have like this chemistry on the court, you know, like especially in pick and roll. You know, a lot of teams had to focus on his role to the basket, which kind of left me open or my teammates open. And again, you know, he was just a selfless player, man. You know, he would do all the dirty work, would rebound, you know, super vocal, you know. So yeah, man, he was a great teammate.
All right, Kent Bristol, dope. Player you love playing against?
Not playing against. I don't really have one, you know. Like, you know me, I'm a simple guy, man. Like, I don't really, you know, I go into each game just trying to win. You know, I don't care about individual matchups or guy or that guy. Like, the way I see it is just, you know, I'm playing against this team and I have to win. You know.
What's Manso saying?
What Marcus, yeah. Nah, man, that was when I was young, man.
Oh, great.
Funny
teammate.
To be honest, a lot of Brixton people will know this name, but to me, the person that I like playing, like, especially growing up, was Rashid Quadri.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the guy that I kind of tested myself against. You know, like I felt like if I could score on him, or you know, if I could have some success against him, then you know I was ready at that level. You know, so
He was a
that
good
kind
play,
of
man. Bounced the air at that ball, man. That hardest dribble I've ever heard in my life.
super strong, man. Super strong.
Man, what the? It's just bounced the air at the ball, boy.
Trust me.
Funny teammate.
Ooh. I've had a lot of funny guys, man. It depends. I mean, I'll say in high school, I had a teammate, one of my closest friends now, Julius Coles.
Yeah.
I mean, to this day, he's like one of the funniest guys I know. College, I had a teammate, Nobar Gadsden.
Okay.
From Philly. He was just a clown, like just make a joke out of everything. As a pro, it's tough, man. I've had a bunch, man. I had a guy from New York called Gene Teague.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gene
Seton Hall. Another guy from New York, Meech Conga. I'm trying to think. A teammate I played with in Ukraine, Jared Jones. Yeah, man, I had a bunch of funny characters, man. Characters.
Funny. All right, fair enough. And then the next three-part question is, all right, so player you didn't like playing with, so it's not someone you don't like. Sometimes you might have that one friend who's cool, but you just don't like playing with him. Player you didn't like playing against, so you might have a kryptonite. Could have been any time of your playing career, and also a funny opponent.
Funny opponent. Player I didn't like playing with. Well, like as a pro or just in general?
You could go scrimmage even if you want to go scrimmage, pro or scrimmage, or not pro level.
Where's Mansour? Mansour's in there. Mansour used to shoot every shot. No, I'm joking. Let me see. Player I don't like playing with. I don't know. Like I don't really have I don't really have someone that I don't like playing with. I mean, like usually the guys I'm playing with, we always kind of have that mutual respect, you know.
Even in scrimmages.
Yeah, man. Like obviously in the scrimmage, you gotta pick your squad right wisely, you know. So, you know, like I'm making sure that I'm playing with, you know, my guys. You know what I'm saying. So, you know what? I throw out there Marcus. I'll say Marcus. Because Marcus shoots every shot. But he'll get you some wins too. So
yeah. You know
what I'm saying? So it's like a double-edged sword kind of.
Yeah. Player you didn't like playing against.
Player I didn't like playing against.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite. I can't remember last time I had a kryptonite, you know, to be honest.
Mr. Night Killer, you know, this guy, man.
Playing like playing against. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, Rashid Quadri. I mean, he was a guy that I liked playing against, but I hated at the same time because
you know what you have to.
Me, was stronger than me, was as quick as me, was smarter than me. So he always had the advantage over me, you know. But it made me a better player, you know, in the end. So
I take that one. And a funny opponent.
Funny.
You know, someone else delusional. What?
I would say there was this guy in Greece called Ladarius Bolds. No, so is that his name? Was it Lamarcus Bolds or something like that? He was on. He was actually on Ashley's team actually, and like this guy would just be. I'm assuming like he's from down south somewhere in the States, and he would just be talking to me the whole game, like me and my boys. Like he'd just be busting a joke. he'd be speaking about like everyday life, normal conversation. I'm thinking in my head like, yo, who's this guy? Like, I have no idea who this guy is. This guy, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Matt just said it. Demetrius Bowles. He used to be chatting to me like me and him were best friends. Like I was confused, man. But super cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Like off the court, me and him started speaking. Like super cool dude, man.
Yeah. Man, talking to you on the court, you know, that's funny.
Like, regular conversation, man. Crazy, man.
Player gets him in middle. All right. Player gets him in middle east. Fair enough, fair enough. Anyone who's still in? Anyone got any questions for Justin while we are still here? And also, Justin, do you have any questions for myself?
I'm only gonna release my what's it called?
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
I'm taking a piss, man.
Listen, man, the editor's messing me around, man.
Look when we recorded that thing, man. That was
it's there, it's all done. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna chase him up. You know what? After we do this, I'm chasing him up now. I spoke to him yesterday, so I said I need to release this now, bro.
No. I'm joking with you, man.
Yeah. So that's how I'm getting. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna get. I'll get as soon as I get him. As soon as I contact him, he needs to sort it out, bro. Because considering the number of players you played, can you set start, bench, and why?
Okay, so what position is he asking? I'm confused. What is he asking? What starting five or and a bench team? Or?
I'm thinking that a player that you would bench and a player that you would start, and why?
I would start at the point guard position. I would start Gary Payton.
Oh.
And I'll bench Steve Nash.
All right, that's all right.
You know, because GP locked up Jordan. You know, I know a lot of people here are gonna get in their feelings, the last dance and that rubbish, but
yeah, he's trying to claim that. Come on, man,
what?
give me no. Jordan tried to claim that. What is it? He wasn't bothered about him.
Come on, man. GP locked him up, man. Locked him up.
Yeah.
Man. At the two guard, I would start Reggie Miller and I'll bench Bradley Beal.
All right, shooters.
Obviously, I mean, he's tried and tested. You know what I'm saying he hits some clutch shots, trash talk, tough, underrated athlete. You know, Bradley Beal, he's talented, but Reggie was ice cold, man.
A killer, man, killer. Then you said in the small forward position.
Obviously, start LeBron, bench Larry Bird.
Yeah. All right, Larry Bird. Yeah.
Come on,
and then power forward.
Tim Duncan, bench KG.
That's not a bad comment for bench. Both championship tested, and then you got your centers.
Center, I have to go with Shaq, man.
Of course, man.
Shaq, and I'll bench Wilt Chamberlain.
Ooh.
Samson. Oh, he said. I think he meant players you've played with.
Oh shit! Players you play with. I like those fives that you come up with though. I was gonna say start Shaq and bench Hakeem.
Hold on, man. So I said, when did the light come on? What light you chatting about?
Well, in it, man.
I said, when did the light come on? Maybe he means like when did everything start clicking? You know, like as a player.
Maybe.
He said yes, players you played with. I'll make this quick. I'll start. My boy Ogo. Obviously, I got to go with Ogo. I'll put what's his name? Devin Van Nisham on the bench. But when he's healthy, he's as good as anyone.
Okay.
Shooting guard, I go with Nate Rankin.
Oh shit, Nate.
Yeah. Bench, I'll put Marcus Knight.
Okay.
Small forward, obviously, I'll go with Luau. I'll put Kojo on the bench.
Woo!
It's a great backup right there.
Woo!
At the four, actually, you know what? I replaced Ogo with Sean Gray, old school Sean Gray.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll move Ogo to the bench. At the four, I go with Pops, and I'll put Matt on the bench. Obviously, you know. Center, it's tough, man. Because we didn't have much centers.
Got Boateng.
Yeah, I go with Eric, man. I go with Eric, and I'll put Nah, you know what? I go with Ryan Richards. Nah, that's a toss up, man. Yeah, I go with Eric. I go with Eric, man.
Eric.
But to answer Mansour's question, he said when did basketball become easier or when did everything start to click? For me, it was probably like 13, 14. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like I was doing a lot of training by myself on my estate outside of training. I put a lot of workouts. I'll do it by myself in the rain and the snow, before school, after school. And I think that's when Jimmy kind of gave me the freedom to kind of like explore my abilities, Obviously, we know Jimmy's quite strict and he can sometimes have a leash on you, But I think like 13, 14, he kind of just started to like unleash me, And, at that time, 14, I started playing in the men's. So, yeah, man, like, everything started to become easier. The game started slowing down. And obviously, I had a lot of older guys that I learned from, Marcus, Sean, Lakin, Demola, Jack, Sandel, Sammy, Marvin, like all those guys kind of schooled me and got me ready, so.
Nah, man, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. That is dope. Did you get 60 in your final? And someone's we mentioned that earlier. Did you get 60?
What you say?
Someone's asked if it was your final season under 18. Did you get 60?
That's Alan. He's saying that because I scored 60 on his team. That's why.
You going? That's when you didn't get to America, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I only played like 6 games. I think it was like Thames Valley, Whiteheat, Ealing, East London, and I think maybe 2 more. He said chill. But I remember a lot of people saying like, I can't keep up the streak, and a lot of people from Ealing were saying, watch when we play him,
yeah.
But
Giving that
good
work.
days. Yeah, fun days, man.
No.
It was 50, Alan. It was definitely 50.
You made it. Dope, man. No, but yeah, man. It's been a great career, man, and also, it's been a great. Brixton has been great to all of us, man. Anyone who's passed through it at any time in their life, man.
Trust me.
But yeah, man. Justin, bro, been a pleasure, bro. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Always a pleasure.
Time. Pardon?
It's always a pleasure, man. Always.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And if anything you need from me, man, shout me, bro. You know I'm there, bro.
Same, vice versa, man.
All right, man. And tell the family that I said hello and everything. And yo, stay blessed, bro.
What do you do? Respect, man. Love, man. Respect.
Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.
I'm Chris G, host of Everything Chris. Hope you liked that video. If you did, click that like button. Also leave a comment. And also, if you want to see more, click that subscribe button to get a notification when we upload new content every single time. I hope you enjoyed that video and I hope you stay tuned for some more. And also, as you know with me, everything's always Chris.